Dixon watched by Tanveer Ahmed.
Your referee for this contest, Mr. Victor Loughran, and the timekeeper, Mr. Jim Russell. And this is 6 2-minute rounds.
So we've got trialist referee Victor Loughran in charge of this one. Scoring will be done outside the ring either by Len Mullen or Al Hutchin. Mark Smith, 4 and 1 draw in 18 contests. Scott Dixon, 7 wins and 1 draw. That's his pro record. I haven't seen the southpaw Mark Smith before. First look at him. Had a very good stoppage win over Welsh teenager Tommy Jones. Good right there from Scott Dixon. Scott Dixon scoring with his right. Being urged by his supporters to use his jab. Hard to think that Scott Dixon boxed amateur as a flyweight about 2 years ago. Good left there, did land from Scott Dixon. Mark Smith, self-managed. Graduate from Swansea University. I don't know if that's a help or a hindrance in the ring. Well, Scott Dixon took the opening round. Connolly in the corner, also Davy Douglas, former Scottish welterweight champion. Just in the background, Mark Smith, well, he's got young Tony Hanna, Midlands area flyweight champion, just helping out in the corner. There got through from Mark Smith. Whoops. Scott Dixon varying his attack, being beckoned on by Mark Smith. Scott Dixon scoring to the body. Seen really any Welsh boxers up here for quite some time. Good shots there from Scott Dixon. Oh, left, got right through Scott Dixon. Just knocked him off balance. Dixon drew with Rocky Ferrari last time out, but had a controversial win over Alan Temple before that. Well, that was a closer round.
Bonus 10 seconds. Seconds out. Round 3.
So here we go, round 3. So Marc Smith trying to score with this left. Again, Scott Dixon's got to watch out for this left hook. Marc Smith seems to carry a bit of power. Certainly Tommy James is a bit of a puncher, banging out people. And Smith stopped him in the 6th round, so he obviously carries a bit of power. And don't forget, his pro career's probably been interrupted a bit by his studies. It sounded a bit of a slap from Scott Dixon. Scott Dixon trying to work to the body. But he's got to use his left lead a lot more. Sure, he must have sparred with Tanveer Ahmed many times, so he should know how to handle a southpaw.
Bonus 10 seconds. Seconds out. Round 4.
So Scott Dixon got to try and get the centre of the ring and dominate this. Use his left lead. And Marc Smith, well, he looks as if the danger from him comes from that left hook. Smith missing with his left. his right lead. Good shot there from Scott Dixon. Scott Dixon's greatest fan, his grandfather Toby. Warning Smith to keep his head up. Smith really not been able to land much, especially with his left, his favoured left, and probably Scott Dixon just did enough to edge that round. Young Tony Hanna, who's actually up with his stablemate Peter Buckley. Marc Smith, as I said previously, self-managed. And of course there's a saying in boxing, a boxer who manages himself has a fool for a manager. Don't know if that's 100% accurate. If you're a university graduate and your punches hurt still the same if you take the wrong matches. Marc Smith well tucked up there. Scott Dixon trying to get through that tight defence of Marc Smith, having a bit of success. Scott Dixon trying to work to the body. And it just looks as if Scott Dixon's the one who's landing most shots. Oops, just go back in time. So we're coming up to the sixth and final round. This was the round in which Marc Smith stopped Tommy James. Can he do a repeat against Scott Dixon?
Second out, 6, last round.
Looks as if something's come off the ring pad onto Scott Dixon's back. Marc Smith falling short with that left. That is the danger punch. So there will be a slight delay at the end of this contest. The trialist referee consults the referee who scored it from outside the ring. And Marc Smith trying to land with this left, but missing. Body shot there from Scott Dixon. That was a nice little punch. Now Scott Dixon's just had that better work rate than Marc Smith. Smith on the attack, got tagged. Yeah. Goes to Scott Dixon. Looks as if Victor Loughlin actually was in charge of that contest and scored it. Or did he? No, it was, I think it was Al Hutchin. I think Victor Loughlin just got a wee bit carried away and just raised Scott Dixon's hand, which was possibly from his scorecard. But I think it was Al Hutchin who actually handled the contest, who actually scored the contest.
Ladies and gentlemen, after the end of 6, very hard round of boxing, the referee scored the contest. Marc Smith, 57.5 points. Scott Dixon, 60 points. The winner, Scott Dixon.
I had it 60-58, so it wasn't much of a difference with the referee's scorecard. And has to travel back tonight to get to work in the morning. But Scott Dixon, now unbeaten in 9 contests.